Please, attention, place your phones on airplane mode for the duration of this show because Derek Jones Jr. threw down another incredible dunk last night.
Come on, DJ. That kid, I'm sure he has a family at home. He has kids that are probably watching that game, man. This is his first full season with the Memphis Grizzlies, and you're going to disrespect him like that?
We don't shame
Shame
people.
on you.
We don't shame people who play defense on this show.
You might not. Tracy, on the other hand, he, of course, had that memorable dunk last year that was kind of almost the same thing, just hanging in the air. He's already doing this on night one of the Heat season. We'll see what happens the rest of the way. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols, alongside with the host of the True Hoop podcast, Mr. Brian Windhorst, and, of course, the Hall of Famer, Mr. Tracy McGrady.
Hey, guys.
Thank you very much, sir. Coming up, the Sixers won their season opener against the Celtics last night, but will their shooting struggles keep them from breaking through the season? We will discuss that shortly. First, though, so Kyrie Irving doesn't have to win. This isn't something you will necessarily hear Kyrie talk about or the Nets talk about because Kyrie does want to win, and so very much so does Brooklyn. But in the end, the absolute truth is that Kyrie already has a ring earned on his Game 7 swish of a shot, that he was already partnered with one of the greatest players ever and left voluntarily before his team even got to its fourth straight finals, that he spent the last 2 years playing on another team that was also loaded with talent, a team where, as his own Nike commercial noted, if he had won there, his name would have danced in the rafters with some of the sport's ultimate legends. And Kyrie left there, too. Vince Lombardi once said, "Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing." But that's not actually true for everybody at every stage of their career. And it's extremely clear in watching Kyrie that he's been searching for something more complex. Has he found it in Brooklyn? It's way too early to tell, but here's what I do know. That watching him look for it against Minnesota last night was a hell of a lot of fun, and even a little emotional, too. Here was Kyrie on the court pregame when he took the mic for that customary star addressing fans at home opener speech.
On behalf of us, oh man, I'm sorry, it's just hitting me right now. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to you guys supporting us all season. Let's go Nets.
It was a nice moment that Kyrie followed by coming out of the gate firing, scoring 12 of the Nets' first 19 points. I mean, after all, kids, a 40% James Harden-like usage rate isn't just going to compute itself. This early basket sent 3 Timberwolves down like bowling pins along the baseline. I loved it. This give and go with Karis LeVert turned into an impossible spinning and one. Look at this. Boom.
Come on, Covington, block the shot.
By halftime, the crowd was going nuts every time he touched the ball. Less exciting for Nets fans was the scoreboard. Brooklyn fell behind by as many as 18 in the first half, thanks indeed largely to Karl Anthony Towns, who was lethal from distance all night. Now, none of this stopped Kyrie from shooting, though. By the time he hit a 3 with just over a minute left, you'll see it in a sec here.
Wiggins.
Wiggins. Woo. Andrew Wiggins had other plans. You heard me correctly. Wiggins kept rolling the basket during overtime, kept scoring, leaving Kyrie with just one last hero opportunity.
Man, this ball needed to go in. It needed to go in to cap off an unbelievable night.
I mean, that whole sequence is insane, and you can count on one hand the number of guys in today's NBA who can even get the ball near the basket after slipping like that. Honestly, I feel Kyrie, who is in and out of a mask this preseason because he keeps fracturing bones in his face, should just play with it full time. He's clearly a ninja and just needs to admit it. Of course, the ball did not actually go in. The Nets did not actually win the game. And yeah, that's important because Brooklyn is eager to get off to a strong start. But let's not kid ourselves that it's the most important thing. With Kevin Durant out this season, the Nets are not in a title chase. Their goals center much more around integrating Kyrie, continuing to build team culture. We'll have to see how the latter goes, if Brooklyn's younger stars will stay motivated if Kyrie is gobbling up so much of the offense. But boy, Kyrie sure looked comfortable last night. He even shared post-game that it was the 1-year anniversary of his grandfather's death, an event that he said was a big part of his decision to switch teams to being closer to his family in New Jersey and just approach life in a different way. I'm hoping that means we'll see even more of Kyrie being free and happy and fun and all the things that make him such a legit joy to watch when he feels unburdened enough to let us. Certainly last night, even without the win, that was more than enough. Tracy, was it good enough for you? Was it a good sign or a bad sign last night for the Nets and Kyrie?
No, this is a great sign. And it reminded me of myself. No.
Nice.
I'm not talking about the 50 points.
When you or I say that, it sounds funny. When Tracy says it's the ultimate compliment.
I'm just saying a local kid living out his dream, right? I grew up in Orlando, outside of Orlando, and I used to drive by that arena often. And one day I was just hoping that I would get the opportunity to play there, right? Because I'm from that area. Same with Kyrie. He's from Jersey, right across the river, and he's playing at home, living out his dream. And I see a sense of just he's comfortable, he's free, like you stated. This was a great sign. Just put the fans on notice. This is the type of entertainment that I'm going to bring to this city, to this arena every night. And I know he wanted to win the game, but damn, 50 points in the home opener, because you get the jitters. You don't quite know if you could control your emotions on an opening night like that.
I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I just started watching this instead of the Philly-Boston game. I just kept focusing on it. It was great to see everything that Kyrie did. Also, the Timberwolves were terrific. They withstood punch after punch after punch. Cat was great. They had a lot of contributions from other people. It was a great win for them. I'm not sure this is what you just say the Nets don't need to win, and I don't disagree with you. But I'm not sure this is the way the Nets want to play every night. I'm not sure that, the way Kyrie dominated the ball, and even Kenny Atkinson kind of made some slight references to this after the game. But I'm not going to worry about this on opening night. This in and of itself was a great basketball game to watch. I don't think ideally that's what you want to see the Nets doing every night, but let's wait and see how it develops.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I don't think he's going to have a 40% usage rate every night. I do think you will see a lot of him, though, don't you? It's not going to be quite the kumbaya sharing nets, everybody's there that we had last year.
He's going to have a lot on his shoulders without KD being there. He's going to have a lot on his shoulders to carry the offensive burden.
All right, so I mentioned Karl Anthony Towns also had a big night. I'm sorry. Thank you, Director Kathy, because I could watch that highlight, by the way, of Kyrie. It felt like a bowling pin to me, and this one with the spin, so good. But let's go to Karl Anthony Towns, because he had 36 points on 7 for 11 shooting from 3, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals. Afterward, he was very emphatic, continuing the message he's been touting for the last month, how the Wolves are going to be a different team this year, and the unity that they feel off the court translating onto the court. So how did that extend to Andrew Wiggins? Let's take a look. Stat line, a mixed bag. He scored 21 points, 8 rebounds, but he didn't have any assists, steals, or blocks. He was a team worst minus 26. Now, on the bright side, Wiggins shot 4 for 7 from the field in the fourth quarter in OT. He also hit a couple huge shots, and these were the ones that ultimately made the difference in the game. So, Brian, are you encouraged or discouraged by his season debut?
I'm neither encouraged nor discouraged. At this point, Andrew Wiggins sort of is what he is. He's a tremendously talented player who can score, who doesn't seem to get the most out of his incredible athletic gifts, especially defensively. Karl Towns, for all those great shots that he made, he had a block shot at the end of regulation that basically got the game to overtime for the Wolves. Wiggins is a good player. He's going to have a long career in this league. He's going to score a lot of points. He might even set some records for scoring because he came in the league when he was so young. He's just not a difference-making player on most nights. Occasionally he is. And that's, we're 6 years into his career now, Trey.
No, I agree. Looking at Andrew Wiggins, there's no difference from his 6th year to really his 3rd or his 2nd year. Like, he is the same player, and he is so talented offensively. I'm just waiting for that next step, and I haven't seen it. And to me, Andrew Wiggins is a floater, and if you don't know what a floater is, he's a guy that can be on the court for 35, 40 minutes, but 20 of those minutes, you're like, where is he? And he'll have numbers like this. He will put up 21 and 8, but it's like, where have you been for 20 minutes of the 40 minutes you've been there? And that's what I call a floater. He is extremely talented. It's like he hasn't gotten better to me.
That's Tracy's not so sneaky way, because I think floaters, the worst thing I ever hear you say about players. It's the thing you like the least, maybe, or at least close. I will say, though, Karl Anthony Towns on defense, too, was impressive. So they are making strides. Maybe some more of it will rub off on Mr. Wiggins. Time for a quick game of BS or Real Talk. It was only one game, but Lakers Clippers produced a whole lot of fuego takes on NBA Twitter. Also on the internet, our friend Charles Barkley spoke to the Washington Post about the new rivalry in LA, and he said this to Ben Golliver, quote, "At this stage, Kawhi is a better player than LeBron. He does everything better. He's a better defender, a better scorer. He's better at imposing his will on the game." Guys, is Barkley saying Kawhi is a better player than LeBron right now? BS or Real Talk? We got your signs. Ooh.
I don't even think it's that controversial, to be honest with you. You can make the argument that in a Game 7, you may want LeBron, while that Kawhi's. You know, Kawhi is maybe not evolved as a vocal leader the way LeBron has, but on every other box,
yeah.
I mean, it's.
Listen, LeBron to me, is the smartest basketball player in the game today. He is that. That's why he's able to be so great for these years. I mean, he's just smart. As he slows down, he's able to still see the game and have an impact on the game. Offensively, he's just not the same player anymore. I was watching the other. He doesn't have that step where he could get by a defender anymore. The spins that he uses, offensively, he's slowed down a lot from what I've seen opening night. Now, that may change. I don't know. He's probably just filling some things out. But, yes, Kawhi is a better basketball player.
Yeah, but even taking out the opening night, I mean, if you just watch the two of them last year, even before LeBron got hurt, I mean, you know, Kawhi's in the heart of his prime.
Right.
It's not. I don't think it's an insult.
No, it's not. LeBron has held it down for well over a decade as being the best player.
Yes.
Somebody
absolutely.
has to take the reign.
It's year 17. Like,
yeah.
Time is just time. I think it's a consistency issue right now with the two of them, right? On a given night, LeBron can be as good or
Absolutely.
maybe even better than Kawhi, maybe even on his best night, right? And that can still be the case right now. It's just that Kawhi is going to consistently be better in a way that LeBron just can't anymore. And we see that with every single athlete as they get older. He is turning 35 in December. Coming up, we will talk about Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis combining to score, 57 points in their first official game together in Dallas. Is this duo going to be a problem for the league? I mean, the answer is yes, but the question is how soon, right? And first, though, I want to get to our distant replay. It's This Date 2012 featuring Blake Griffin. He's healthy in this clip, so come back soon, Blake. We want to see
Come back like this.
Blake Griffin flying to get a rebound.
He went from one side of the floor to the other.
Oh, he still got that. He still got that. I thought he was putting somebody on the post.
That's just athleticism. He went from one side of the floor to the other to get